into
One shot, man down.
That was a time, boy. That was a time.
It was, man.
I hate. So like, are we live?
We are live.
All right. So like, I put this on wax. I don't care. There's a certain subset of people that I don't want to get into right now, but they keep saying like rap is devolving, and I hate it because it's not. Like it's really not. Is it changing into something different? Sure. Devolving?
Well, we know that people don't like change, though.
What are we doing with ourselves here?
Every time an old head be like, man, y'all just be letting the most trash rappers make it. Y'all was listening to Silk the Shocker on purpose.
And again, it's just like
MC Hammer got a diamond album.
Too legit. Too legit, too quick, dude. Too legit. Mayor finna come in here like, hey, hold on now, player. Wait a minute, player. You wasn't there for too legit. But no, seriously, like, the rap is getting, I wouldn't say that it's like, I would say that it's suffering from the effects of capitalism just like everything else. Just like, oh, we got a million different Marvel movies. Yeah, we got a million of the same rapper because, like, they do what's gonna get the most clicks and hits immediately. Like,
have we always not had that, though?
Yeah, that's true.
Here's my thing, bro. Rappers go with the generation, bro. Right? Like, we can agree on that, right? Rappers go with the generation. Yeah. Our generation is at the point where we starting to get the jobs, the full-time jobs, and we starting to pay money, and we starting to go to concerts and all that stuff by ourselves. So, of course, this era of rap is going to be evolving. Like, that's what it does. Rappers today make way more than rappers back in the day. For a reason. The rap game has evolved. It has transcended into something that people make a lot more money now. Back in the day, Ice Cube and it was getting $75,000 a year. Right. Now, I'm not gonna say my salary online, but I make more than $75,000 a year, and I don't rap nothing.
At the same time, though, how many gangster West Coast rappers in the late '80s had the same exact sound?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying.
It's just the industry trend.
Ice Cube wrote 90% of people raps back in the day. People fail to realize that. Like, that is devolving, if you ask me.
And these, again, these rappers, if we give them the time and space and latitude to do so, which again, the money of it doesn't allow them to a lot of times, if we just give them the time and space, they grow and get better. Look at Yachty from Minnesota to Yachty in this new snippet. This is crazy.
Hey, this past like year and a half, Yachty been snapping on everything.
Hey, don't be dogging Yachty. Don't be dogging Yachty.
Oh, everything.
This new Tesla tape he dropped, crazy. Crazy.
Oh, everything.
Why would you do this, Yachty? We didn't need it, but we got it. I appreciate it. And again, there are so many different sub-genres of rap because it's grown and it's so ubiquitous now. That it's like, we need to like, we can just, why can't, and again, the group of people who say this, a majority of them belong to a group that if I see any of you rapping, I'm going to turn off the song immediately.
That's fair. Why is it that we always have that conversation when it'd be a tweet on Twitter or something like, what's your opinion on music? And it'd be like, if I get in the car with you and all you play is rap, you ain't got no good taste in music. Won't nobody say that about any other genre of music ever?
Exactly why that is. You know exactly why that is. Oh, I've never heard nobody say, if we get in the car and all you listen to is pop, I'm getting out the car. Why is that?
I'd rather listen to four hours of Yachty than before 4 hours of Billie Eilish in the whip. For sure.
If you tell me I gotta listen to 4 hours of Taylor Swift, I don't care where we going. I'll walk. Kitten, we were driving home to Detroit. I'll walk. I'll hitchhike. I'll find it. You know,
she got a banner in Staples.
Yeah, good for her. Good for her. You know what I mean? More power to her. But I'm just not. Again, I'm not buying it. You know what I mean? She could sell it. I'm not buying it. And that's just the honest to God truth. That's just, and no, it's not in the way that ain't mean what some of y'all think it meant, okay? We're not talking about like that. We're not talking about like that. You know what I mean? But very seriously, people who say that about rap and sneakerheads are like the two most annoying groups of people. Yes, all sneakerheads. I don't care who you are. If you consider yourself a sneakerhead, you're probably annoying to me. You're probably very, very annoying to me. Actually, let's make that the question for today. What are the groups of people that annoy you the most that like most people would probably be like, I'm a little surprised by that?
Oh, I gotta think about that. For sneakerheads is for
But
sure on the list.
Let me tell you why sneakerheads made the list. I've always like been like, all right, sneakerheads are weird and like they kind of messed up the shoe buying economy because now you just can't go get a regular shoe or whatever. But whatever. I'm not really too mad about that. The moment that killed me was like it was a girl walking around like a sneaker convention and she was like, what type of shoe, if a woman wears this, you're instantly turned off? And like they was all like Panda Dunks. First of all, I don't know what that means. Like, legitimately, I didn't know what that was. Like,
I will say though, I'm not a sneakerhead, but I was a sneakerhead up until the point where like they was like, yeah, Jordans is 300 a pop, and I was like, all right, yeah, let me go ahead and see what these New Balances talking about.
yeah.
But I will say the most baseline sneaker that you would ask a shorty like, yo, you in the sneakers? She'd be like, yeah, I got some Panda Dunks. That's that. Like, you ever ask somebody like, yo, you listen to rap? And you'd be like, yeah, what you listen to?
And they Panda Dunks this weekend.
That's what I'm like. Bro, there is no shoe that will make me look at a person and be like, ill, gross. And
I don't mind somebody wearing
Wedge heels are horrible. Wedge heels are like, what?
I don't mind somebody wearing Panda Dunks, but at the same time, though, if somebody told me they like heavy in a sneaker game and they pull out a pair of Panda Dunks, I'm like, all right, you pump fake. Like, you ain't have to lie to kick it.
Right. And I get that. And here's the thing. I understand with that context. But, like, you just see a shorty walking up to you with that shoey. Bro, let me tell you something. I don't know if y'all know this. I was raised on Westmoreland and Greenfield on the mile, 7 Mile that is, at Plymouth Square. Bro, shorties used to be walking around in the gas station slippers in Plymouth Square. Like, regularly. Like, all seasons except winter. Hey, listen, I'm not mad about it. This is the thing. I think it made me a better person because you're not going to see me out here talking about, ew, she got on Panda Dunks.
They was walking around in the little slides they give you after you get your nails painted.
Now, wait a minute. It wasn't that bad. They wasn't down that bad. Now, listen, say what you want. Say what you want about
I got foams on. I made the same foams we was.
Hey, say what you want about them gas station slippers, but they used to last for a minute. Them gas station slippers, when the shorty bought them was going to last for a minute. She was going to wear them.
And got the nerve to take them off when they get to the house.
Bro,
got the nerve to take them off when they walk in the house. Got the nerve to take them off like they some stuff that's going to mess up your flow.
Please, stop. You know them gas stations, the little fake rhinestones on them and all that. You love them gas stations. Listen, women, if there are any women listening to this pod right now and you're wearing those gas station slippers or you recall them fondly from your childhood, love you. Hope you ate today. Hopefully it wasn't Arby's. Chris, what groups of people annoy you? What are the groups of people that most people are like, they ain't really a problem for me, but you like, all right, bet. Because mine, again, the hip hop heads that feel like rap is devolving, y'all know who y'all are. Certain group of people.
I got mine now.
And
go ahead and let Guyton go first.
All right, Guyton, go ahead.
Since I'm a very huge gamer, and usually, like, I don't want to slander my people, but this usually happen with people that look like us.
Right.
People that be like, man, games is trash nowadays, or games is whack, and literally all they play is 2K, Madden, and GTA.
Yeah, that's fair.
And Duty.
That's very fair.
And you can't even say they really play Duty, because like they might play Duty, but I've played Duty with some of them 2K Madden heads. They are trash on the sticks.
Yeah. I mean, they're the only 4 games I play.
But you know what?
Like, if we hop into a game,
I was just about to say, I'm that guy, but I also don't talk about the state of gaming.
But at the same time,
I talk about the state of sports gaming. I don't talk about the state of gaming.
Neither one of y'all talk about the state of gaming. 2, I seen Chris outperform me in Duty before, and that's a hard feat because I hoop on Duty. And Chris is one of the few people on this planet that has beat me in 2K before. And Gibbs smacked me on Madden any day of the week, and I'm a gamer in and out. Yeah. Most people that had that stance be like, oh, games is trash. You blow them out in Madden, blow them out in 2K. They trash on Duty. Like, bro, go play some more games.
Yeah.
2023 is one of the best years in gaming history, and people would be like, well, man, games ain't it no more. Bro, because you just spent $150 on a LeBron replica bill. Maybe that's why you're not having fun with video games, bro.
Hey, so like apparently on the new 2K, you could like put in a player that you want your player to be built.
Like. Yeah, it's templates.
It's pre-made templates. It ain't everybody. It's pre-made.
What?
Yeah, it's pre-made.
Well, it's not everybody. ain't nobody finna be like, hey, bro, give me that new Ish Smith build. Like, that's not.
Did you see the name of Kawhi build?
No, what's the name of it?
Two-way walking bucket. That's a tough name. That's a tough name.
2K, stop glazing. Stop. Stop
That's
glazing.
a tough name.
Stop. Hey, listen, that's crazy. That's crazy.
A lot of the replica builds I seen been trash though. Like a lot of people was gassing up. I forget. What was the build?
Bro, was it Scoot Henderson build? They was bro. On Twitter, bro, they was gassed.
It had no defense. It had like a 60 perimeter. The rest of the defense was all the way down. They had like a 76 tray ball. And people were like, oh, this the build. Bro, if my three don't start with at least an 8, I'm not bringing dog out there.
Why would you put a guard out that can't shoot or defend on the perimeter? That's crazy. Because I made a two-way 3-and-D. I made a 3-and-D guy, and he was getting cooked on the perimeter. My 3-and-D guy be getting destroyed when this is a good ball handler going up against him. Maybe that's a skill issue. I'll admit that. I'll be honest about that. But also, like, what?
Most people would know how to slide on 2K. You kind of cook. Because some people, you would get them on the hip. In real basketball, they'll stop and then they'll just hit a little move and be gone. Like that's not realistic.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Is that the only group of people that grind your gears?
Yeah, it's them gaming people. Like bro, Starfield came out this week, bro. You don't like gaming?
Starfield was gonna be amazing. I heard that was.
I don't know if any of y'all are.
Game Pass?
It's on Game Pass. I don't know if any of y'all are Fallout games, but Fallout 3 is my second favorite game of all time, and it's the same development studio that made Fallout 3.
I've never played any of the Fallouts. I always thought they were kind of weird looking, but
it's a weird game. The first time I played Fallout, I hated it. And I was like, let me get us another try. And then I put like 200 hours in on it. So,
gotcha. Chris, who are the group of people that grind your gears? What group?
Man, y'all gonna be shocked that I say this, bro. Y'all gonna stop, and
Chris,
I'm not one of them.
Don't make me get off this call. Because it's one group of people.
Hey.
I swear on my mother, if you say the group that I think you're about to say, I'm gonna get off this call.
I think we on the same page.
Hey, listen, I'm gonna say I'm not talking about my brothers. I'm not talking about my brothers. All right. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all. It's these fake fitness heads, bro. It's these fake fitness heads that grind
That's a
my
good
gears.
one.
I got some brothers that I know that's really on that fitness jump, right? I see baby girl, right? I know this girl from back in the day. I'll tell y'all after the podcast who she is. But I seen baby girl back in the day, right?
We talking about the same person?
What she look like. Hey, y'all know who I'm talking about. Y'all just ain't thinking what I'm talking about, okay? I seen baby girl back in the day before all of this happened for her. And when I tell you that BBL did numbers for a good little minute, and now that BBL is on a decline, and now she just this fitness guru, this fitness woman, transformed my body from scratch. And it's like you was just telling us about the BBL the other day. Now you fitness woman today. I just can't get with that.
I'm gonna tell you though, I rock with people who honest about the BBL.
I do too.
Yeah.
Honest
Because the
about
people
it.
who like not the ones that piss me off are the ones that be like, yeah, you can achieve my body by working out, baby. If is working the name of your doctor, is that his name? 'Cause like, yeah, if you fly out to working, then yes, you'll get that.
They start putting up the tummy tees.
Listen.
Come on.
Because people don't realize that if you really a fitness head, bro, that's like, it's a lifestyle, bro. It's not no, I just go to the gym every day, I work out. It's a life, like you really have to transform your lifestyle for the better. Like, and the second group that I hate the most, I like to eat clean. Y'all know how I feel about Dr. Sabi and them. The fake vegans, bro. Oh my God, bro. I know some people right now. They preach, I don't eat animals and all this. I guarantee you, I done caught them eating some chicken from a Chinese food restaurant, eating some Cheddar Bay biscuits from Red Lobster. I'm trying to tell you that they are fake. I know a guy right now that showed me Cheddar Bay biscuits, right? And then told me I'm eating vegan because I'm eating Beyond Meat. I was like, but you got Cheddar Bay biscuits. Ain't no cheese in them. He looked at the ingredients, there's milk in them. I was like,
wait. Cheddar Bay biscuits?
And I was just like, I'm like, is this like just something cool you trying to do? Like you just trying to prove a point to people that you can do it temporarily? Like, because this is obviously not a lifestyle for you. Like, it's just,
Not
like,
knowing this cheese and Cheddar Bay biscuits is insane. That's
listen. I got herbs in my closet. And I don't eat the best because it's hard. Like I'm weeding myself off of this bad food we eat, right? But I got herbs in my closet. My dad sent to me from Florida. He ins and out is almost a herbalist. The only thing he don't have is the certificate, right? He did all his research. He don't take none of the meds from Dr. Mo. He on all herbs and he eat raw food, right?
Right.
When I tell you, it's really so hard to maintain that. Like when I tell you, like
100%.
you literally almost have to grow your own food. That's how strict it is, right?
Yeah. That's why I get mad when people say the food is processed because I'm like, any food that you get from the grocery store goes through a process. Milk is pasteurized. Like that, you can't drinking non-pasteurized milk is gonna give you listeria. My brother, sister, friend in Christ. Like that's just
yo, non-pasteurized milk is crazy.
They on TikTok, the folks Chris talking about, the fake health gurus. Oh yeah, you need non-pasteurized milk. Get it straight from the Amish. Why would you do that? Why would you do that? Why, just anywho. I digress. Well, we know that we're gonna avoid these people. You know what I mean? I tend to avoid hip hop heads, certain hip hop heads. They know the group. Because they feel like rap is devolving and all that good stuff. Josh avoids the gamers who don't actually game, and Chris avoids the fake vegans. And it appears that Caleb Williams will be avoiding folks down in Arizona. We got to get into his dad's comments. We got to get into Coach Prime's comments, speaking of dads and what his son did in game 1. And we have got our predictions for the season. Y'all boys ready to roll?
I'm ready for it.
I'm ready, man.
All righty, well, let's get into it. What's up, y'all? Have a seat. It's your favorite hour of the week with the facts over at Icks Crew. We got the master of the mixed master, Josh Guyton, in the building.
That is I.
We got the money man, the man of the plan, Chris Allen, in the building.
Right here.
And then you got the little old MC, that's me, Kenton Gibbs. Now, fellas, we're going to start with this, okay? Because, and I don't want to hear no pauses because we all grown men on this show. Deion Sanders told us, he said, we coming. He said, we coming. And guess what? They came, they saw, and they conquered down in Fort Worth with a 45-42 upset of a TCU team that was in the national championship last year. Can y'all tell me how big of a win is this? And let me ask you this. Be honest. Were you wrong about Coach Prime coming into this game? Talk to me.
This is huge, not only for Colorado, not only for those young men's prospects going to the NFL, not only for the future of Coach Prime, because I think a lot more players are going to be willing to run through a wall for that man. Seasons coming. We don't know if his, career coaching college ball is going to last 10 years, 20 years, but I think he can really build a powerhouse wherever he decides to stay. The reason being is I feel like this Colorado team is really one of the first teams where the coach got to curate his players around a certain play style. Or even if you look at the landscape of college football, a lot of these uber athletic players that you see planted at skill positions, or, this kid might have a great arm and be able to run fast, but we got this one guy that's a 5-star out of this, place that we got a pipeline. So we going to put him at running back instead and stick you in a slot. Or we going to have this one kid who I got a relationship with a father. We're going to put him at wide receiver 1. This is the first college football team where we seen these uber athletic players that might have been slept on if they went to Ohio State, if they went to Oklahoma, and they might not have gotten the right playing time that they should. And I think this is going to change the landscape of college football because a lot of people are going to say, yo, it's this kid down in Nebraska. He got a great arm. His name is Colton something generic, but he not athletic. He can't move. And the landscape of college football is changing because if you can't move out of that pocket, if you don't have these fast players at all these skill positions, if you're not stacking your entire team like that, it might not work against this team that's just going to run the ball and have this heavy fire offense and defense that's going to hound you all game. So I think, one, I didn't sleep on Coach Prime because just looking at the team that he has, it's going to be hard to out-athlete them. It's not a lot of coaches in college football. It's not a lot of teams in college football who have the poise and have the experience to handle some dogs when they come at you fast, when they're uber athletic. You're not dealing with that sense of pressure.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Chris, what'd you think? Were you right about Dion, and what do you think about this first game?
Oh my! I'm playing with house money, Gibbs. Vegas got them boys at 4.5 wins. Boy, I took that over.
They started the season at 3. They started the season at 3.
No,
This
I
late
got
game.
it.
4.5 right now?
I got it. No,
I believe so.
It's
It
4.5
might have
right
went up.
I got in late, but I had bet only a small amount on a 3.5. Then it went up to 4.5. I bet a big amount because it's like that's easy. That's playing with house money. Come on, man. That's prime. Gibbs, I got a couple questions for you, man. You know you my football
Talk
guy.
to me,
I gotta
brother.
go
Talk
to
to me.
you. I gotta go to you. When you have a coach that is a former athlete, former player in the NFL, what tends to be his strengths when he becomes a coach?
I mean, honestly, it's still very like, because you got some coaches. So we talking college football, right? Or we talking all football? All right, college football, it varies because you got generally, well, okay, I'll say this. Generally, a former player they know recruiting and they know players better than like most other coaches that were never high-level players. They never really did anything special. I don't know what it is, but they got that star power. They understand how to talk to players better than guys who just weren't that guy.
So you touched on it. So the reason why I asked that question, Gibbs, is because when you think about what development means, right? When you think about developing young talent, right? That's the phrase, developing young talent. That's your job as a college football coach. Developing talent out of high school into NFL potential or to great college football player. That's the goal as college. We can all agree on that, right?
Yeah.
So that being said, Gibbs, the thing that Dion always had and always will have is what you said right there. Character and personality, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
And when you're 18, 19, 20, 21, those are the prime years where you need a mentor, you need someone that's going to work on your character, and you need someone that's going to show you how to be a man or show you how to be a great football player. Does Dion not fit the bill for all of those? He's done it.
Absolutely.
He's done it.
Yeah.
He can teach it. He can tell you about his experiences. And he can lead you to the promised land. And I think Dion is playing on his strengths here because he got a guy that is like, to be honest with you, Gibbs, I text you this when the game was over with. He is honestly this modern day college football a Deion Sanders on his team. That's what he is.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this. I was wrong about Dion, and I believed in this team. I believe the under/over was 3.5 to start the season. I thought they were going to win 6 to 7 games. I'm going to tell you why I was wrong about Dion. I knew that he was going to be able to get great players. I didn't think that was going to be a problem. I knew that they were going to be Pac-12. They were going to do enough to win a good amount of football games. And with that schedule, their schedule's not particularly, like, don't get me wrong. TCU was a tough opener. I don't care what nobody say. That's still a good TCU team. Sonny Dykes and that team, they are going to score the football. They're going to score a lot of points, which is why I was concerned about Garrett Riley at Clemson. We'll have that conversation a little later. But I knew, like, all right, that Nebraska team, I don't really think too much of Coach Rule in year one, and, you know, we'll see what happens from there. But the reality is I knew Prime was going to get great players. I knew Deion Sanders was going to do that. I did not know about the coaching. I did not know how good the coaching would be because it's easy to make the coaching look good when you've got Travis Hunter playing against, no disrespect, and this is with all due respect to historically black colleges and universities, the SWAC does not have the same level of athletes and depth that Power 5 football particularly has. That's just the case. The case. And so now I'm watching this game, and everybody saw the pick that Travis Hunter had on the goal line. But most people don't understand how special that is, how special that play was. I wish I could share my screen to break this down with y'all right now, but I don't want to ruin the stream by doing that. I'm going to tell you this. The play was drawn up to where Sonny Dykes won the chess game on paper. What the concept they ran was in Madden, you would know it as slants flat. So what you get is you get the two outside. You have they went doubles with an offset running back. When you have an offset running back on the 3rd and 1, which it was, the first thing you're thinking is they offset them so they can easily get them downhill inside zone for 1 yard. What does Colorado do to counteract that? They put 6 men on the line of scrimmage, bare front. Every single offensive lineman is covered, and they got an extra player rushing. So what does it mean when you rush 6? You got 5 for coverage, meaning
Right.
every single player is going to be in man. Sonny Dykes calls the slant flat concept. In real life, it's not actually slant flat. What happens is your number 2 receiver goes in and sets a pick on the Mike linebacker who is responsible for the running back. Your number 1 receiver sets a pick on number 2 who's responsible for the second receiver. And you're trusting that he takes cornerback 1 with him to the inside. The running back gets a free pass basically to the flats and to the end zone.
Right.
Here's the thing. There's a saying in football. Coaches coach you up through the first 5 steps, and everything after that is on you as an athlete. I swear to God, if you go back and watch this play, I watched it at 1/4 frame speed. So I'm watching this thing in super slow motion. By the 5th step, every defender that was a part of that action for Colorado, the Mike linebacker, the safety who was over the slot, and Travis Hunter, their eyes all snapped to the right place. The Mike linebacker took his eyes from the running back to, oh no, 2 is coming my way. The corner that was in the slot took his eyes from the second receiver, he took his eyes from the second receiver on to, oh no, the first receiver is coming my way. Travis Hunter's eyes snapped to the back going to the flat. That is a sophomore playing his first ever FBS game, let alone first ever Power 5 game. People forget that about Travis Hunter. This boy is young. But in the words of Beyonce, I may be young, but I'm ready. Because that young man, on the 5th step, I kid you not, his 5th step was him dropping his hips and accelerating to the ball. And what happens? He then goes and says, all right, I'm a better athlete than y'all have seen in a while. Accelerates to the ball and lays out to make it a spectacular interception. So, yes, he does have the players, but that's also coaching. That's great coaching. Coaching forces that eye discipline in that, hey, we here? No, we here. Hey, we here? No, I see the guy coming my way. I see the action. And mind y'all, I'm describing this to y'all slowly on purpose. In real life, that happened in a matter of a second and a half.
Right.
And to add emphasis too, because I had an argument with a guy today at work. To add emphasis, this game the score might not have been distant, but this game was distant. This game was distant. Colorado controlled this whole game. And the guy I was arguing at work today, he was like,
it was back and forth in the first half, but in the second half,
he was like, it was a back and forth game. Yep. But Colorado, they got to a point where they was comfortable, right? And they was a 30-point underdog. Yeah. A 30-point underdog gets comfortable against a team that just went to the national championship. I don't care if they lost 17 players. I told him that. I don't care if they lost 17 players. They just went to the national championship, and they have the same DNA that last championship team, the team that went, has. I don't care about that.
And had this game going how everybody thought it was going to go, then what? Nobody's talking about the losing 17 players then. Nobody's talking about. Exactly. Nobody's talking about the fact that Deion bought in basically almost every scholarship player is new. All of us have been on this show longer than 3/4 of Colorado scholarship players have been there. Think about that for a second.
Yeah.
That's real life. So, I think Deion is getting his guts now. He's getting his credit now. But even now, people are still tentative. But I'm going to tell you, we believe. Hey, Deion, if you see us at the podium, you ain't got to ask, do we believe now? You got a soul, brother. You got a soul. And let's talk about these players for a second because, when he started his son, many people said, oh, it's nepotism. Oh, they were better quarterbacks. And, it's just because he's got the same last name. And yet, Shedeur breaks the Colorado football passing yardage record in game number 1. Travis Hunter, like Chris mentioned him as earlier, 110 snaps, 11 catches for over 100 yards, and that fantabulous, I'm mixing up words, fantabulous, that amazing, that downright nasty interception on the goal line. And then you look at Edwards out of the backfield as well, had himself 4 touchdowns. Fellas, let me ask you this. Do you think that this band of players, though that trio in particular, do you think that they can sustain this throughout the season in terms of not necessarily 4 touchdowns, 500 yards, all that good stuff. Do you think they can sustain this in terms of they'll be looking to take home some Pac-12 awards at the end of the year?
I definitely think they will. I mean, if they start out this season this hot against a team that's considered a powerhouse in FBS, I don't see any reason why they won't be able to maintain it. I mean, even if you're looking over the course of the next 3 games, yeah, they got Oregon in 2 weeks, but at the same time, their only, heavy challenge on the schedule is USC. And after they handle Oregon and USC, they're kind of smooth sailing for the rest of the season.
Well, I'm gonna tell you never want to sleep on Whittingham and Utah. They back-to-back Pac-12 champs for a reason, because everybody does that same thing. We all look at Utah like, oh, there's no way, and somehow them Mormons find a way every time.
I'm not saying you should sleep on the Utes, but at the same time, I don't think that Coach Prime is a coach that's going to let his players take days off.
Absolutely.
I just don't understand this hype around Oregon, bro. Like, why everybody be like Oregon? Oregon ain't been good since Chip.
And you know what's crazy? You know what's really funny? Dan Lanning said the exact same thing about Colorado. Dan Lanning is the head coach of Oregon, just in case you didn't know. He said when they found out Colorado was going to the Big 12, he said, what have they won that is going to affect the conference? What have they won that we're going to be so sad to see him leave about? Oddly enough, Oregon was also out of the conference within a month, but that's another story for another time. Them boys are in the Big Ten now. So, I'm gonna tell you this. Oregon, they're gonna be playing deads when Colorado comes through. Because here's the thing, Oregon, I think, is better up front, but with that being said, again, I think the best player on the field is gonna be Travis Hunter. I think he's gonna be the best player on that field. I don't believe in Bo Nix. I'm sorry. I don't believe you. You need more people, Oregon. I'm sorry. That ain't a guy.
I just don't understand this hype around Oregon, bro. Like, when the last time Oregon had like a season, it was like, oh wow, like Oregon, man, they them.
Hey, listen, I'm with you. I totally agree. But let's stay in the Pac-12 because, Josh, you talked about this a little bit earlier in terms of USC being a big challenge, and we're gonna get to see Shedeur Sanders, Caleb Williams. We're going to get to see Travis Hunter and some Caleb Williams back-to-back. That number 1 they got at USC, that freshman that they call in the baby Percy Harvin. We're going to get to see that. We're going to get to see that this year. That's something we're going to get to see this year. But one thing that we might see next year is that matchup repeat itself because Caleb Williams' father came out saying, and I quote, the truth is he can come back to school. If we don't like the situation where the team has the number 1 pick, he has the option to come back to school. Now, many people feel like this is specifically alluding to. That was the word I was trying to get out earlier when I was talking about Chris. But words are fighting me today. They're very hard. But anyway, this is what many people believe he's talking about the Cardinals. So with that being said, what do y'all think? Is this a legitimate threat? Is this a Cardinals only threat? What's going on with Caleb Williams and his pops?
Yeah, I think it comes down to that. They don't want to play for the Cardinals. I don't know if I'm in the vast minority with this, but I'm still a person that's under the guise that Kyler Murray is a very talented quarterback. But the system that he's in, the coach that he's under, which if you listen to the Facts Overact show, we've been trying to warn y'all about for 3 years now. Caleb Williams doesn't want to play under that tree, doesn't want to play under that system. I think it's as simple as that. So the way this season is lining up, I mean, we'll get into some predictions and the standings later, but those Cardinals are probably going to have the number 1 pick.
Yeah, 100%. And it was rumored that they were going to sit Kyler Murray to tank, but all of a sudden those rumors went away, not because of this article, but they went away last week, and they said, no, we're going to play him when he's ready. He's just not ready right now. So, those are the allegations. Chris, what you thinking?
These type of stories really grind my gears, if I'm going to say for better words. They really... Mm-hmm. What leverage does a college player that can go to the league and make $6 to $10 million first year in the league, what leverage do you really have to threaten the NFL that you'll go play another year in college? You know what the NFL gonna say? So, you big dummy, now you gonna be farther back in the draft. We don't gotta pay you as much money now. What leverage do you have? Why would you not go take that generational money?
Well, hold on now. He does have leverage in NIL. I don't know if you've seen it or not. He's already one of the faces of Dr. Pepper in college. It's a fact.
I understand that, Giz. I understand that. But when you're in the NFL, that NIL, yes, it's good money, and I'm happy they got the college kids doing it, right?
Yeah.
But when you're in the NFL, you're no longer property of that college. You're your own brand, right? Yes, you play for the team, but I give you a great example. Great example. Your boy Chad Ochocinco. Mm-hmm. That brother makes more money now than he ever did in the NFL. You think he could have did that if he didn't go to the NFL?
I mean, of course not. No way.
Bingo. After he's done playing at USC, you think anybody else gonna be looking for him?
But here's the deal. Do you know how much he's earning in NIL a year right now? I'm gonna let both of y'all take a crack at it.
He might be making like $7 million, maybe.
I was gonna say 7. That was gonna be my exact number.
Ooh, y'all are wildin'. 2.6 million.
Exactly. That's
what
not Gibbs. We talking about
Hold on.
rookie contracts.
Hear me out. Here's the problem for them. Like, think about what college used to be. Like, you couldn't, even if a player was getting paid, you had to be real hush. You know, you couldn't.
Reggie Bush for sure got paid.
You could get yourself a little Charger, maybe a couple chains, whatever. You can't buy mama a house, dad a house, the truck of everybody dream, all this, all that, and keep it put. Even in Los Angeles, which I don't think that they're planning on staying there long, but even in Los Angeles, 2.6 million is $2.6 million. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yep.
You can do some things with it. So he's not going to be hurting for cash the way like an average college student will. Like, you look at Arian Foster and all that, and Kemba Walker, and when they were in college, and they talking about they couldn't eat. There were nights where coaches had to bring them food because they weren't going to eat due to financial situations. Now, Caleb Williams, they got to worry about that. Hey, you know, that man could buy the taco truck when he pulls up. Like, that's just what it is. So that's the leverage that he has. And also, remember, we've seen this before. We saw this with John Elway. He said, hey, if I get drafted by the Colts, I'm going to go play baseball. We saw this with Eli Manning. I'm not playing for the Chargers. I refuse to do it. And here's what makes the quote worse from his pops, okay? I'm gonna read y'all the full thing here, and I'm gonna let y'all cook after y'all hear this full thing. The funky thing about the NFL draft process is he'd almost be better off not being drafted than being drafted first. The system is completely backwards. The way the system is constructed, you go to the worst possible situation, the worst possible team, the worst organization in the league. Because of their desire for parity, gets the first pick. So it's the gift and the curse. I mean, I've talked to Archie Manning. His career was shot because he went to a horrible organization. He got drafted by the Saints. I've talked to Lincoln Riley and Kyler Murray, and Kyler struggled because of where he was drafted. Baker Mayfield struggled mightily because of where he was drafted. The organizations matter. He's got 2 shots at the apple. So if there's no good situation, the truth is he can come back to school. Folks, if I'm the Cardinals, I'm saying, oh no, we won't draft you. No, there's no way we draft you because we want killers. And let him come on out. And then say, oh, we're absolutely drafting you, you idiot. You can't. Once you get to the pool.
But the reasoning behind that doesn't make sense because if you don't want him to go to the worst possible situation, it's not like they're changing the draft format next season.
Yeah.
So if a team got the worst possible situation, they're going to draft him the year after.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think his belief is that the Cardinals won't be bad 2 years in a row because remember, or not be last 2 years in a row because they traded their picks they traded their number 3 pick, I want to say, this last year to the Texans. But the Texans gave them their next few first. So in this upcoming draft, the Cardinals are probably the Cardinals are probably looking at 2 top 5 to 10 picks at worst. Like if the Texans exceed expectations, they're gonna get a top 10 pick. So he's banking on with those two new top 10 picks, they won't be the first team drafting, which is a bad bet. It's a terrible bet. because the Cardinals, if they know how to do anything, they know how to screw the pooch. That's just one thing that they'll get. So, fellas,
you know what's crazy? The Cardinals was a great opportunity for a nice black coach, man. It was a great opportunity. That was like a safe haven.
And what happened? That coach got replaced in a year. That coach got replaced in a year by Cliff Kingsbury. And who was that coach's starting quarterback? Josh Rosen. What is Josh Rosen doing now? That boy is updating his LinkedIn. He's a backup quarterback right now in the NFL.
I didn't even know he's still in the league.
That man is a year or two away from opening Josh Rosen's Honda of Malibu.
He said he about to be had a Big Bob commercials.
Hey, listen, okay? They might have said that I was a bust of a draft pick, but these deals will have you busting out the seams in your new Honda. He's on the way. It's on the way. That's all I'm saying. So
Bust me out the MSRPs.
I've been acting brand new. So that's the reality of what that one coach got. But I'm gonna leave that right where it lies.
I got a text. You gotta explain the screw the pooch. You gotta explain the screw the pooch.
You never heard that phrase before?
No, I heard it before, but it's just silly. It's silly.
Yeah, it just means that they know to mess an easy thing up. You know what I mean? This is not hard. With that being said, we got to move on to the NFL now. Fellas, it's that time of the year again. Next time we talk to these folks, everybody in the NFL will be undefeated or winless. Every single team in the NFL is going to be one of those two things next time we talk to the people. So,
the best time of the year, man.
Let's get into it. Hey, listen, Lions to the moon. Lions win it all this year, baby. This is our year.
All right, Elon Musk and Dogecoin.
hey, listen. At least I ain't scamming the people, okay? I ain't doing no rug pull. I'm standing 10 toes down on my Lions.
Hey, Facts on Rex been trying to make y'all money for years, man.
Hey, we've been trying to tell you. Fellas, let's get all of the division winners starting with the AFC. Who wants to start this thing off?
I can start this off. So for the AFC, I got the Jets. I know I said before the show I wasn't believing in the Jets hype. I'm not believing in the Jets hype as far as them making it all the way to the Super Bowl. I think them and the Bills battle it out for first place, but the Bills got a whole lot of new personnel, so I think it's a universe in there to where they're still trying to figure things out throughout the course of the season, especially early.
Right.
The AFC North, I got the Bengals. Y'all know how I've been on the Bengals for the past 2 years. The first year I said the Bengals was going to the bowl, y'all called me crazy, and look where they ended up. I think I got the Bengals with 13 wins, and I got the Ravens with 12, just because it's a lot of new pieces in Baltimore that they're trying to figure out as well. The same reason I don't have the Bills from their division. AFC South, I don't think we need to have a conversation about that. It's going to be the Jags.
Yeah.
I do have the Colts having a much better season. A lot of people have them. Matt actually got the Colts going 9-8. I think the Colts are going to have a winning season this year.
No JT if he don't get this new deal.
That's with JT. Without JT, I got him at 6.
Okay.
And then the AFC West, I think that's a runaway too. I got the Chiefs. I got the Chiefs going 16-1 this year.
Jesus, who they losing to the Lions?
No, no. I got them one. I got them losing one division game against the Chargers.
Okay.
Wow, that's a year right there, boy. That's a year right there. Okay, Chris, talk to me. Who you got for the AFC divisions?
All right, man. I'm going to go bottom up because Guyton. So I'm going to go roll with the Chiefs again. I don't think they're going 16-1 because Kelsey, his health is uncertain right now.
True.
They got to get some consistency in the running game for me this year. Last year, they was up and down with the running game, which is why a lot of people wrote them off against the Eagles. But my homie, too, Gowdy. I ain't going to say no more. All right. I'm going to go Jacksonville as well. Now, a team that I'm higher on than most people is the Titans. Not because they have, like, weapons or anything. It's just that, like I told y'all last year about my Giants. Well, not my Giants, but the Giants. It's always that random season.
They're your Giants. That's your team, man.
They're your Giants. They're your boys.
I didn't make my Giants. I just knew that they have a random years. But same thing for the Titans. They always have, every 3-4 years, they have a random year where they like, wow, like, where did the Titans come from? And I think this year they have another one of those years because it was about 3-4 years ago since they had one. Now, AFC North, y'all know this is my division right here. I can't roll with the Steelers though. I can't roll with my Steelers.
I was about to say we was gonna boot you off the show. We was gonna kick you off.
I can't roll with my Steelers here. It's just too much uncertainty at quarterback. I think Najee Harris is a little disgruntled, but Tomlin's gonna give us a win this season.
You don't trust Kenny Pickett?
Anyway, Kenny gonna be packing picket fences. But anyway,
yikes.
Anyway. I'm going to go with
MSRP. I've been acting brand new. It's crazy. That was really insane. That's insane. Go ahead, Chris. Go ahead.
I'm gonna pick a crazy pick here, right? I'm gonna pick a crazy pick here.
He gonna say the Browns.
Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all. If they are healthy on paper, with Joe Burrow's health in question like that and Odell Beckham health in question like that, I'm rolling with the most talented team is the Browns. On paper. On paper now. You got to remember, Deshaun had a up and down year last year because he was getting back into it.
This is more egregious than me picking Eclipse.
Drinking Browns Kool-Aid in 2023 is crazy.
Listen. I'm not drinking the Kool-Aid, but I just like the AFC North is just not healthy right now. Like not one team in there is healthy.
Wow. That's okay. All right. I got you.
The Steelers fan in me ain't not gonna let me pick the Ravens, bro. They not gonna. I'm sorry. Okay. I cannot pick the Ravens.
I understand. I just picking the Browns is just like my brother. What?
Okay.
Because the Browns are supposed to be it every year. Hold on. Before we move forward, have the Browns were they not supposed to be the team for multiple years already? Were they not?
They always are.
They got Deshaun.
They supposed to be in the year about 4-5 years.
Oh, Baker Mayfield, he had a great year. He had a great rookie season. He's looking to turn the corner. They won a playoff game last year. This is the year.
But kids, you got to feel me. Like on paper, they have the most talent in that division.
But that's the thing about the Browns. They always do. The Browns are never. Let me not say never. The Browns are rarely ever in recent history a bad team on paper. Like they have not been a bad team on paper in quite some time, and yet and still, the best that they generally get one playoff game, one, if that. You know what I mean?
I feel you.
Like they got the one up off your Steelers, and other than that, when's the last? Is that the only one that they won in the last few years? I think so.
I feel you.
I could be wrong, but okay. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I ain't mean to interrupt. AFC East, talk to me.
I'm going with A-Rod, man. I'm going with A-Rod.
Okay, we got two Jets guys in the building. All right.
I ain't gonna say I'm a Jets guy from an A-Rod perspective either. I think that they have the best defense in this division. Yeah. I think that the Bills, people started to figure them out the end of last year, and I think they really haven't retooled their roster in a couple years. And the Jets did a fully retool almost. Like adding Aaron Rodgers to a solid team last year when they didn't have a quarterback is like a substantial upgrade for that team that was already solid defensively and has a lot of offensive weapons offensively. The Bills, I got them in the close. They're going to fight tooth and nail for that first seed. But Josh Allen is just like the Browns. He's always supposed to be that guy. And I'm still waiting on him to be that guy.
Okay. All right. Well, I hate to be that guy, but we pretty much are going. It looks like we're going chalk on facts over acts this year for the most part. I've got the Jets as well in the AFC East. I mean, Stephon Diggs don't want to be there. That's the biggest problem for me. He don't want to be there.
Yeah.
You're going to have a tough time.
They had to retool while his stock value was high, and they didn't.
You're going to have a tough time selling me on Gabe Davis being a wide receiver number one. You're going to have a real tough time telling me that Josh Allen going to keep running like he runs, and they're going to get away with it. The AFC North, I guess all three of us got three different teams taking it because y'all know who I got. Y'all know who
Ravens.
I got.
You got them Ravens.
Flock. Them Ravens.
Let your heart hurt for the last 3 years.
Hey, I'm a Lions fan. You can't hurt me. You can't hurt me. Okay? That's just not going to happen. But anyway, let me tell you why I got the Ravens. They have not just a receiver. They have a receiving core now. Duvernay, as your second best receiver in the year of our Lord and Savior 2022 is insane work. Somebody needs to be institutionalized for allowing that roster to get to that point. What did they do to that receiving core? Zay Flowers is allegedly the best receiver on that team already. And anybody who knows me knows I'm a huge Zay Flowers guy. I watched him beat NC State by himself last year. The man, what do I mean by he beat NC State by himself? He took a drag route 40 yards up the sideline, broke a tackle, outran everybody else, broke multiple angles, touchdown. That is a bad man right there.
That's nasty work.
So hear me out. The reason why I didn't go Ravens though, Gibbs, is because all the turmoil they had with Lamar last year.
Yeah, but you know what?
That's the reason why I didn't go with it.
And here's the thing about that. You got teams that are headed. He got paid. He's happy now. Highest paid quarterback in football.
Yeah,
he's good now.
But
he's good now.
That whole injury thing and all that, I just don't think like Lamar really rocking with them no more.
And watch this. Watch this. I don't know if y'all watch preseason football, but that running back of theirs, that new back that they got, number 34, that man was toting that thing so tough. J.K. Dobbins said, "Take me off the pup list now. Take me off the pup list right now. I can perform. I can perform because I need my check." They're going to get back healthy. They're looking like, and of course, you can never count out Mark Andrews as a pass catcher as well. And then that defense, I mean, hey, they're not getting exponentially younger, but they're still a good defense. They're still
Ravens
a
always
good
gonna have a good defense. They
they're still a good defense. And then we got the Jags next. I wanted to go Titans. I really did. I wanted to go Titans.
I'm telling you,
bad.
it's something about the Titans this year.
Here's my only reservation with going Titans. Ryan Tannehill is Jared Allen. The lights get too bright. Lights were brighter than expected. The lights were brighter than expected.
Jared Allen without the Gucci belt.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. And then in the AFC West, you know, I get the feeling that Sean Payton hates Russell Wilson. Like, is it just me?
I got a feeling that they roster hate Russell Wilson.
It really feels like they hate that man. Like, he's like every other day. I remember there was an article that came out yesterday that said that he told Russell Wilson, "Stop acting like you're running for a campaign and kissing babies and F all that. Just be a quarterback." He hates that man. He really hates that man.
I read a post. They said Russell Wilson needs to just stop loving everybody else except the Broncos, and he'd be all right.
I'm gonna tell you,
you a football player, Gibbs. If you was on a roster with that man, would you be cool with Russell Wilson?
I wouldn't care. I always hate quarterbacks, regardless of who they are. He's super corny. He's super duper corny. But like, bro, do your job. I'm gonna do mine, and that's that on that. That's that on that.
Baby again, ain't he?
Yeah. That man trying to catch up with Phillip Rivers. I don't know what it is about them NC State quarterbacks. Them boys, before they even signed on the dotted line, I'm fertile. Where the babies at? Where the babies? But yeah, that's what we got going on there. Josh, talk to us for the NFC.
All right, for the NFC, I got my picks right here. Okay. NFC, the NFC East, I'm going those Eagles. I think the Eagles going to go ahead. They had some free agent losses, but at the same time, I think Jalen Hurts after that Super Bowl loss is going to be ready to step it up to the next level.
Right.
NFC North, I got them Lions, baby. One pride.
Hey,
we going 12-5.
Let's get it.
We going 12-5. I think the Lions was already a top 5 offense last year, and I think they stepped it up with the pieces that they got. And although
watch Chris pick Jordan Love, I can tell by his face.
And although our defense was 20th in efficiency last year, our biggest issue right there was our secondary. We had some good pickups for our secondary and Hutchins in his second season.
Yep.
We going 12-5.
Okay. All right. Who you got
and
for
then,
the West and the South?
For the NFC South,
somebody got to win it.
I got the Saints winning by default.
Okay.
I got the Saints going 9-8. It's going to be tough between them and the Panthers. I think they're going to be the one. But I do think that the Panthers, they're going to struggle, and I don't think that Bryce Young is going to be that guy quite yet. I don't think Bryce Young is going to be that guy quite yet. So that's why I got the Saints. And then in the West, I have the 49ers. I don't even think we need to have a conversation about that. Like, I'm pretty sure all of us are picking the Niners across the board.
I mean,
I wouldn't say that. But...
Yeah, I was about to say.
In that division?
It's a possibility. You know,
In that division?
it's a possibility.
All right. All right.
Josh a little bit.
Josh knew. He knew. He said, "Yeah, we all go with the 49ers. They know if fans are bust about." Chris, talk to me. Who you got in the NFC?
All right, man. I'm going bottom up again, man. You know,
Okay,
I'm going to go ahead and break the ice, man. I don't think the Rams going to be bad again. I just don't think they're going to be trash again. I mean.
All right.
But I'm going to go 49ers.
Okay. All right.
All right.
49ers. Now, NFC South. This is probably the division that I'm going to watch the least of, to be honest with you.
Right.
I'm just like this
how
division
fortunate of you to not be in a market where you have to watch the NFC South. What is it like to be God's favorite?
When I move, I'm going to have to watch Falcons games.
Yeah. Day after day.
I'm just gonna root for the black quarterbacks in this one, bro. I think I don't even want to pick a team, bro.
Well, the Saints got Jameis Winston now. Somebody, I'm
gonna go with the rookie, bro. Give me the Panthers, bro. That's how bad this division is.
Okay,
I'm gonna go with the Panthers, bro.
All right.
NFC North. Listen. I got two things to say. Man. One pride, near and dear to me. But I live in Chicago now.
Oh, you going?
And the Bears just bought the stadium literally 5 minutes from my new apartment. I'm a Bear this year. I'm not gonna hold you. I'm a Bear this year. I think Justin Fields had his coming out party. Their roster is not good, but I think Justin Fields about to pull Lamar Jackson this year. He showed flashes last year. Think he gonna put up 50 points a couple times in fantasy. I'm sorry. I'm going with the Bears.
He gonna lead the league in time sacked. Easily.
Hey, that's fine. But he also gonna have a fantastic year. And I think the Lions are there. They just young and they just like they on the come up. I don't get me wrong. I want to go with the Lions, but I'm gonna go with the Bears just because I ain't about to play.
All right. Who you got for the NFC East?
Remember we used to call this the NFC least. This is probably the division I'm gonna watch the most this year.
We did
because Danny Dimes over there. You know Danny Vick. You know my boy Danny Vick. Y'all was hating on him last year. He ain't gonna have that good year this year though. He's not gonna have a good year this year. Mm-hmm. The Commanders are gonna be better this year. Mm-hmm. The Eagles lost a lot. I'm sorry, but the Eagles lost a lot.
They did.
They lost a lot.
I get that.
I think they still be a great team. But I hate to say this. I think them bringing over Trey Lance to the Cowboys, I think that's going to put some fire under Dak. Even if he don't perform or you put Trey Lance behind the snap, I got to go with the Cowboys. I think they made a lot of the right moves this offseason. Even though I know they're not going to go far, even if they do win the conference, because Jerry Jones still breathes out of his mouth and his nose. So I'm going to roll with the Dallas Cowboys.
Chris said, bro, got too much life in him. It is not happening. It is just not going to be it. Well, I'll tell you this. The NFC East can no longer be known as the NFC least. But I think that we finally get our first back-to-back division winner in some year. Do you know who the last team was to win this division back-to-back?
Probably the Cowboys.
It was the Eagles. It was the Eagles.
Was it?
It was the
05-06?
Yeah, back when Andy Reid was there. That was the last team to win it twice in a row. After that, it was a carousel of teams just, hey, we'll take it a year, we'll take it a year, we'll take it a year, and everybody just, again, back to back to back. No back-to-back winners. This is the year. 2003, 2004 was the last time. It was the Eagles. They won it back-to-back. Ever since then, no team has won it back-to-back since. I think the Eagles show back up and win it back-to-back again. In the North, hey, listen, the Lions got this, okay? The Lions got this. Here's the thing. When you look at the NFC North, they're a lot like the NFC South in terms of, like, somebody has to win it. Kirk Cousins shrink when the lights get bright. Justin Fields, I think, will be good, but I think that defense is dog water, and they're not going to be better this year. And Jordan Love, I know that we got two beige bandits on this show, but I think that either one of y'all could replace him and do the same job he gonna do this year. I don't think he gonna.
I don't know why they drafted him. To be honest with you,
I just don't think that nothing lasts forever. They had a string of 2 straight Hall of Fame quarterbacks. Congratulations, that string is over now. Packing the mail, let's go. And so that leaves the Lions. I think the Lions have the least questions of all the teams there.
So who's your second pick for the North though?
Oh, that's tough. I think the Vikings, either the Vikings or the Bears.
I think the Vikings lost too much, Gibbs, and they lost a lot, bro.
I agree. Honestly, here's the thing: 2 through 4 in the NFC North, I could see it rolling anyway. Because I think that the Bears should be it. I think on paper they should be it.
Bro, the Bears, you feel me on the Bears though, right?
They finally gave Fields a true number 1 in DJ Moore that he can hang his hat on and say, if everything going bad around me, hey, DJ down there somewhere. Let me just get it to him. They gave him that. Absolutely. The Packers are another team that lost a lot. They're another team that, you can say what you want about, Lazard wasn't that good and neither was Cobb and all this and all that. Sure, but now you got a quarterback breaking in a basically entirely new receiver room. A brand new quarterback doing that as well. That's going to be tough. That's going to be tough.
Before you move on from NFC North, I know we got to get going. So we over time. Yeah. So facts over X, I got some news for y'all. I work for ITW. The Bears might be moving down the street for me. We actually own a box for the Bears, right? So I'm about to put us on the list, and I'm going to try to get us tickets to a Bears game. If y'all willing to come into Chicago.
Hey.
So I'm going to try to get us tickets.
Oh, I love that. I'm actually, we'll talk off air. We'll talk off air. But there's some things developing to where Chicago may be the nearest major market to me very soon. But we're not gonna get too deep into that at the moment. So the NFC South, I got the Saints. I think that they're just the best team there right now. I think the Panthers, you said that Justin Fields is going to be the most sacked quarterback in the NFL. I don't know. Bryce Young might give him a run for his money. That offensive line was getting scolded all throughout.
Hey, Gibbs low-key would probably sack him with that offensive line.
Hey now. Hey, I can get a sack in the NFL. Now, could I do it multiple times? Absolutely not.
But I'm just saying, you ain't played in how long?
That's fair. I'm about 2 years away from giving up that delusion and being like, yeah, I couldn't get a sack in the NFL today. But right now, I think I can still do it. Anyway, I think the Saints get it done. I think the Falcons, Desmond Ridder, I don't believe in him. I don't believe you. You need more people, Desmond. I'm sorry. The Panthers, again, brand new. The Bucks, Baker Mayfield is their starting quarterback. Need I say more? I don't think I do.
Not at all.
Apparently, everybody's saying he's set up for success.
Listen, drinking 2 types of Kool-Aid in 2023, 3 types of Kool-Aid should put you in jail as far as I'm considered. Drinking Clippers Kool-Aid, drinking Browns Kool-Aid, and drinking Baker Mayfield Kool-Aid in the year of 2023, you need to be arrested. You need to be thrown in handcuffs. FanDuel will come crawling outside your door, begging you to place a bet on those 3 teams to have success. Begging you. Because you're keeping them alive, brother. You're keeping them alive if those are your 3 that you're rocking with. But now, in the NFC West, well, the moment of truth, we talked about the 49ers and that being Josh's pick and not potentially being for everybody else. They're also my pick. But, here's the deal. The Seahawks last year were good with a very young team. I'm sorry to tell you, the 49ers, in the words of Usher Raymond, we're going nowhere fast. We've reached our climax. They need to win the Super Bowl. They need to win it all right now.
Hey, listen.
They're not going to get any better.
It's knocking on the door of, Father Time.
That's what I'm saying. They're not going to get any better. They're not going to get any better. Fred Warner ain't getting no younger. He's not getting no. They keep losing defensive linemen because the price of they keep drafting well, sure, but their defensive linemen that are good are expensive. You have to pay them. You have to pay them, boys. Deebo Samuels, how long can he deal with maybe 100 touches a year? How long can he do it? Christian McCaffrey, we've seen him already. George Kittle, injury machine already. So I think that they take the division this year. But brother, y'all Y'all better get something going before the Seahawks get a quarterback. I think the Rams are. A solid wild card team that could win it all. I think they are. I don't think that they win the division. I think they're an old enough veteran team to where they don't take the regular season that serious. And the Cardinals are the Cardinals. Caleb Williams is ducking y'all boys. So we gonna leave that right there. It's like Ziff Community Night. They ducking the smoke. They say, hey, if the Cardinals got number one, get us out of here. On the next episode, we will give our predictions for the awards, but for the sake of time, we going to get on out of here because we know y'all tired of us talking about Caleb Williams ducking Arizona and Aaron Rodgers ducking the ayahuasca and all of these teams trying to get these championships and the media ducking primetime because he came with receipts, baby. But come on back next week and the week after that and the week after that. Peace and love, y'all.